wetu, tujitoe wenyewe, tusimame pamoja kulinda uhuru na umoja wetu. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote, tuimbe pamoja, kuenzi shikamano hatima yetu. Tujitoe wenyewe kupambana pamoja, uhuru na umoja vitawale. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote na tujibidishe kutoa kilicho bora kwa Afrika, chimbuko la wanadamu, chemchemi ya utamaduni, tumaini letu wakati wa mafarakano. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima.
Welcome to Human TV Africa. You are watching Human TV Africa and the program is Country Profiles. My name is Kato Mukasa, interested in issues, humanism, human rights, and of course development, especially in Africa. You can subscribe. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Human TV Africa, and also our Facebook name is Human TV Africa. Also send us an email. Send us an email. The email is info@humantvafrica.com. Also, our WhatsApp number is right there. Our communication officer, Ban Kabeko in Kenya, will be able to respond to you. We are an NGO. We are registered as an NGO working in different countries in Africa. We are in Zimbabwe, we are in Zambia, we are in Ghana, we are in Nigeria, we are in Uganda, we are in Kenya, and of course we are in Sierra Leone, we are in the UK, and of course we are in the US. We are a charity organization interested in empowering our people, interested in changing the narrative about Africa and giving us the right image that we deserve to be the people that belong to Africa. Remember, all of us Africans, and today I bring to you Human Profiles, and I'm going to talk about Rwanda. Rwanda is a small East African country, very, very small country in East Africa, about 10,000 square miles, and it's a very small country there, very lovely country. It began in the 15th century as a kingdom, began right there. You can see Rwanda. It was first of all a kingdom in the 15th century, the kingdom of Rwanda. And of course, in 1897, then keep on showing us the maps. In 1897, you can see the neighbors of Rwanda. I'll give you a history. In 1897 to 1916, Rwanda was taken over by the German East Africa. Rwanda has neighbors, which include Uganda. It has neighbors. It's a very small country, as you can see. The neighbors are Uganda. The neighbors are there. And of course, you can see Tanzania. You can see a bit of, thank you so much. That's a better map now. Angola, Tanzania, Zambia, Kenya, and of course Uganda and Congo and Central African Republic. Now these are the neighbors of Rwanda. Thank you so much. It's a better map there to explain the neighbors of Rwanda. Now this is Rwanda. You can see the neighbors of Rwanda clearly. It's a very, very small country. I told you it has only 10,169 square miles. And of course, it's a country that was originally under the control of the Germans And the Germans in 1916, the Germans left it, and of course the Belgians took over until independence in 1962. Rwanda has 85% of their population as Hutus. Give us more maps, please. Has 85% of their people as Hutu. Kigali is the capital city. And now these are the major towns in Rwanda: Kibuye, Gatarama, Gako, Kibunga, Kayonza, Butare, Gitongoro, Kigoma, and others: Byumba, Gabira, Kivunga, Gishenyi. I've been to Rwanda several times, so I know Rwanda very well. It's a very, very good country. Rwanda has majority people who are Hutu. 85% are Hutu. The Tutsi, who are in power today, are only 14%, and the Twa are only 1%. Rwanda has a population of 13 million people. Rwanda has a population of 13 million people. The language in Rwanda is Kinyarwanda, French, English, and Swahili. The language in Rwanda is Kinyarwanda, French, English, and Swahili. We remember that the first leader there was Gregory Kayibanda, the first president, in 1962 until 73, when Habyarimana took over, and Habyarimana was assassinated in 1994. Habyarimana was killed in 1994 by the RPF. That's the beautiful map of Rwanda. Beautiful map of Rwanda, blue, yellow, and of course that wonderful color right there. So we had a genocide. What I can tell you about Rwanda: Rwanda has minerals. Rwanda has minerals, very, very important minerals in Rwanda, but not so many minerals. If you compare Rwanda to Uganda and other countries, Rwanda has just a few minerals. Basically, those rocks and other minerals. Has some bit of diamonds, yes, granite, diamonds, the rocks, and of course those special rocks, and of course some bit of diamonds in Rwanda. And the map shows you where these minerals are found. Rwanda is also a richer country, by the way, but it is very gifted by a very hardworking people, by a very honest people, and by, of course, a very tough leadership that fights corruption. Kagame has been part of Rwanda in the leadership since 1994, when Rwanda took over, changed government from Habyarimana to the RPF. Now, these are the top attraction areas in Rwanda. The Kigali Memorial Genocide Memorial Center. Remember, I told you genocide was only for 100 days, but over 1 million people were killed in Rwanda in only 100 days. You know, so when I went to Rwanda, I visited the Kigali Genocide Memorial Center, and I saw what's there. It's quite beautiful to see the history of Rwanda. Remember, there was a genocide in 1994 where over 1 million people were killed in just 100 days. It is crazy. Now we can see the Volcanic National Park. There is Neo Art Gallery. There's Akagera National Park and Inema Art Center, among others. When you go to Rwanda, yes, you're going to see a bit of animals, quite a bit of animals there, and you're going to see a bit of coffee. They have coffee, they have tea, they have bananas, and of course, Rwanda is a beautiful country with the best environment you can think about. Has a very good environment there. Of course, tourism brings in much of the exchange rate, the foreign rate. Foreign exchange comes from tourism. The Muhanga bus park right there, very humble but beautiful park. I've been to that one there. Rwanda has a very beautiful road network. I should tell you, Rwanda has better roads than Uganda. Rwanda has a better organized administrative system than Uganda. In Rwanda, you can get your national ID in a matter of days. In Uganda, it takes months to get it. Now, Rwanda is well administered. I should tell you, I should vote for Rwanda. Rwanda is much better, much well administered. Remember, with the better roads, with better environment, good people, peaceful people. Rwanda is peaceful, I should say. Rwanda is very peaceful, as I speak. And the environment in Rwanda is marvelous. The environment in Rwanda is marvelous. I should say. And Rwanda has one of the youngest populations in the world. 80% of people in Rwanda are below 35 years. Lake Kibi is right there, one of the most very beautiful lake right there in Rwanda. And of course, the environment, the vegetation, they have millet, they have cassava, they have bananas, they have all these crops you think about in Rwanda. Rwanda is a lovely country. It's much of the time hilly. So many hills in Rwanda. The weather is wonderful in Rwanda. The people are very welcoming in Rwanda. And of course, the government in Rwanda is what you can call the authoritarian government in Rwanda. But the environment in Rwanda is so beautiful. Crops grow. There's food in Rwanda, I should tell you. Regardless of not having so many minerals, Rwanda is so beautiful. Look at Bukomero. Bukomero. When you go to Bukomero, take those photos there. Bukomero is another view, nice view towards a bit of Rwanda there. Now, these are the areas where you can go to Rwanda and enjoy sightseeing in Rwanda. Rwanda is a very peaceful country, but also very green. I love seeing so much green vegetation in Rwanda. There are so many animals in Rwanda: the giraffe, the lion, the elephants, and of course the apes, such as the chimpanzees. All of them, you will find them in Rwanda. Rwanda is a tourist destination. Rwanda has cotton, Rwanda has coffee, Rwanda has tea, and of course Rwanda has bananas. I love bananas. The gorillas are in Rwanda. You'll find them in Rwanda, and quite very impressive. You'll find the zebras, the gorillas, the elephants, the lions are all in Rwanda. You'll find them there in Rwanda. I should say Rwanda is a peaceful country. Rwanda is a very welcoming country. It has all those animals in their national park. Rwanda is a small country, but a very, very lovely country, I should say. The zebras there living in their environment, and the country is peaceful, and the country is developing thanks to Kagame's iron fist administration. No corruption. The giraffe is there. Rwanda is the only country in East Africa where you cannot simply pass on corruption. You cannot simply blame an officer. If you're a government worker, you must deliver. It is in Rwanda. Rwanda is less corrupt if you compare to with any other East African country. Rwanda's administration is very, very authoritative, but delivers results. Paul Kagame has been in charge of Rwanda since 1994, but he has changed the terrain of Rwanda. That is Gisenyi in Rwanda. Look at Gisenyi, Rwanda. Very beautiful place. I've been to Gisenyi. Very, very beautiful place. Beautiful people, humble people. People in Rwanda are very humble, so very soft-spoken, and very welcoming. I should say I enjoyed staying in Rwanda, at least for that part. Regardless of their challenges, regardless of the authoritarian nature of Kagame as a leader in Rwanda, is very authoritarian, but Rwanda has an amicable and amiable people. The fruits are there, the green vegetation there, the fruits, the mangoes, the oranges, all these tomatoes, cabbages, everything, onions are there. But RPF, the Rwanda Patriotic Front of Rwanda, has been at the helm of Rwanda since 1994. The country is much militarized, I should tell you, I should warn you. When I was in Rwanda, every now and again, I would see soldiers on the streets. They are training so hard. They have been in combat, fighting in 2 regional wars. Rwanda has been engaged in so many regional conflicts. Their soldiers are always alert. I've been to Rwanda and find so many soldiers in the streets of Rwanda, in Kigali. So security-wise, Rwanda is very conscious. That is Paul Kagame, the leader of Rwanda since 1994. That man has been there. He has a cabinet, one of the cabinets in Africa that has more women. Rwanda's cabinet has more women. About 50% of the cabinet of Rwanda actually has women, which is a credit to Paul Kagame's leadership. It promotes women presence in politics, yet at the same time, we see women also being denied to participate at a presidential level. That's the parliament of Rwanda. They have a senate, they have a parliament, and they do their decisions more so in a transparent manner. I told you there are more women in leadership in Rwanda than actually in Uganda. There are more women in leadership in Rwanda than in Kenya, than in Sudan. There are more women politicians in Rwanda today. Cabinet members, as we can see, has a number of women. I can count about 7 women in that cabinet against, of course, 9 men, which is about 40 to 60 ratio. 40% women and 60% men. You can see they are giving opportunities to women to feature in leadership, and Rwanda has a lean government. Rwanda has a lean government. Kagame has been ruling Rwanda in what many critics say it is an authoritarian dictatorship. To call it unitary presidential republic under what we call an authoritarian dictatorship. And of course, Diana Rwigara, one of the opposition members in Rwanda, came out in 2017 in May and declared her quest for power. She wanted to be a president of Rwanda. She was arrested and tortured, and her life has been miserable since then. Diana Rwigara, an example of persecution of political dissent. If you want to challenge Kagame, don't dare in Rwanda. So Kagame has been an iron fist leader. They have said he is an authoritarian leader. They have called Rwanda an authoritarian dictatorship, and I agree with them. Rwanda is a clear example of an authoritarian dictatorship. But regardless of that, regardless of the dictatorship in Rwanda, regardless of Kagame shutting opposition down, Rwanda has done a few things right. Rwanda has done a few things right. Rwanda has reduced corruption, and Rwanda has increased human development index in Rwanda, human happiness in Rwanda. Of course, GDP is doing much better. Their debt rate, not so good. Their debt burden is rising because Kagame has been borrowing some of the monies to do the infrastructure. The debt burden in Rwanda is rising. But regardless of that, Rwanda is a promising country in Africa. You can benchmark it in terms of good administration. They have cows, the long-horned cows of Rwanda. They have those long-horned cows of Rwanda, which is of course found in Uganda. You can also find them in Burundi. The huts of Rwanda, traditional huts of Rwanda, which are also found in Kenya, which are also found in Uganda. They have their special dances. Rwanda has their own special dances. They dance reflecting the image of the cow. I love the Kinyarwanda dance. Very soft dance, very cultural. Rwanda is small, but trust me, when you go to upcountry in Rwanda, you're going to find vast pieces of land for you. So if you want to invest in Rwanda, you should say, yes, go and invest in Rwanda, but don't talk about politics. Go invest in Rwanda. It's green. Rwanda is green. Anything can come out from the land in Rwanda. Rwanda is green, is fertile. Go invest in Rwanda, but don't talk about politics. That is Kigali, Rwanda. Very beautiful city, small city, on the hills, but very beautiful city. Nice city. I should say Rwanda is the cleanest country. Kigali is the cleanest city in East Africa. Very clean. They have the Kigali Arena, which is about 10,000 people. The Kigali Arena fits about 10,000 people. Very beautiful arena right there in Kigali. And of course, they have these other facilities, the arena, the football arena, athletics. Rwanda is also coming up with so many sports activities. Rwanda is a beautiful country, I should say. I've been there. I can vouch for it. It is peaceful, though we call it a peaceful dictatorship. If you're in Rwanda, don't talk about politics, I should warn you. Don't talk about Paul Kagame, I should warn you. Do other things. Rwanda is less corrupt than Uganda. Uganda is more corrupt. Kenya is more corrupt. Rwanda is less corrupt. Public officials in Rwanda don't ask for bribes. I've been there. They are tough on corruption. Public officers are in their offices every day and all the time of work. Kagame has been very strong on administration. I give him that credit. You can get your national ID in Rwanda if you have the qualifications. If you're in the right books of the government, you can get your ID in 7 days in Rwanda. And you cannot do that in Rwanda. So in terms of leadership, Rwanda has been very credible. In terms of discipline, Rwanda has been regional wars where actually they have rooted gold and timber from other countries like Congo, but they have used it to develop Rwanda. Rwanda is shining. It's a good example of a small country that can manage. Rwanda does not lack food. You will never hear that Rwandese lack food. They always have enough to eat. Rwanda is clean because there is omubano. When I was in Rwanda, there was days where we could go, all citizens go and clean roads. I was in Rwanda and I participated in omubano, where people go and clean roads. You don't wait for people from the central government to help you. You do it as a village. You do it as a yard, a ward, a zone, a parish. You go and clean the city. You go and clean the roads. Rwanda has very clean roads, no potholes, very, very welcoming people, and very quiet people. Very respectful people. They love their culture and they want this there. Please, if you fear Rwanda about the genocide is now behind them. They are above the genocide. The genocide happened so many years ago. That was 1994 in April. And it took 100 days. It ended. The Rwanda Patriotic Front stroke movement under tough man Paul Kagame has made leadership so better, at least for those citizens who want to be outside politics, who want to invest. If you're an investor, Rwanda is your destination because the system there is less corrupt. It will work for you. The market is a bit small. They have only 13 million people, but business can do better in Rwanda, I should tell you. Why? The government is less corrupt. And the people are more pro-Rwanda. They want to support more of their products as people in Rwanda. So Rwanda, small country, beautiful country, hilly country, with some of these best tourist destinations. Rwanda, with one of the youngest population in the world, becomes a better country I can vouch for. Remember to subscribe to Human TV Africa. The link is right there. Subscribe to Human TV Africa. Human TV Africa is your #1 TV channel that's going to change the image about Africa. Africa is not dying. Rwanda is not under genocide. Rwanda has recovered and recovered well. Go visit Rwanda, and of course, remember to subscribe to Human TV Africa. My name is Kato Mukasa. In the studio, it was Dennis Bongole doing the work. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.
Tuungane sote na tushereke pamoja ushindi kwa ukombozi wetu. Tujitoe wenyewe, tusimame pamoja kulinda uhuru na umoja wetu. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote tuimbe pamoja, kuenzi shikamano hatima yetu. Tujitoe wenyewe kupambana pamoja, uhuru na umoja vitawale. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote na tujibidishe kutoa kilicho bora kwa Afrika. Chimbuko la wanadamu, chemchemi ya utamaduni